Ladies, welcome to the platform. It's a brother Bolo and we're in this space again, alright? I would love for you guys to please remember to hit the like button as a comment. It's very important to help the video to grow. And of course, also, there's options there for you to super chat. If you are led to do so, it helps to bless up the platform so we can expand in terms of, the presentation and all of these things. Equipments are very expensive. So you can put yourself at those who donate. It helps mightily. You feel like I deal with? Anyway, we want to get into the situation today in court with Buchannon, ladies and gentlemen. I was sent a statement to convey about a certain news entity, Oceanwide. It says here that Oceanwide, as usual, gives an incomplete summary of the ruling. Importantly, they have purposely committed the appeal court found that serious malpractice occurred given the time limits of both the constituted authority and the election court. I would be out of time. So let me read that again. They purposefully committed the appeal court found that serious malpractice occurred, but given the time limits of both the constituted authority and the election court, I will be out of time. So then basically omitted that serious malpractice was admitted. That's what it's saying. I would add that the out of time ruling was due to no fault of mine, as I applied in 9 days of the 14 days allowed. Critically also, the judgment suggests that despite the egregious breaches of ROPA, the delayed ruling by the CA, in my case 2 weeks, can frustrate the intent of the statute to guarantee free and fair elections. Are you doing purple love? So, the CA, that is the constitutional authority. The constitutional authority delayed the ruling. Alright? There was a delayed ruling by the constitutional authority in Mr. Buchanon's case. Alright? And that in itself can frustrate the intent of the statute to guarantee free and fair elections. So now the argument by Brown Judah own some cafe here. Now the argument by Mr. Wildman at the legal counsel of Buchannon is that he didn't get an opportunity to guarantee free and fair elections. Right? So it reads now the appeal court having acknowledged the serious breach of ROPA, next week we will file a motion to the Constitutional Court to enforce my rights under the Constitution of Jamaica by asking the court to render the election of Andrew Holness null and void. The fight continues. This is coming from Mr. Buchannon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's no fault of his. He was not late. Alright, let me explain to you. So you have 2 weeks to deal with that situation, right? With the constituted authority. And in that 2 week now, the constituted authority, if they had done their job, the proceedings would have gone to, oh my God, sorry. If the constituted authority had done their job, because they got the thing in 9 days, if they had done their job, the 2 week period would not have gone. So there's a flaw in the law, ladies and gentlemen. That is fundamentally what is I'm understanding here. So the constituted authority get the application from Paul Buchanan, they should have looked at it. All they need was one affidavit. They should have looked at it, sent it to the election court, and then we would not be here right now, because the various malpractices that have been documented, you only need one to do a re-election, because the Constitution states that you are guaranteed free and fair election. And this is why Mr. Wildman and the team for Paul Buchanan is taking this motion to the Constitutional Court, because the constitutional rights of the candidate, a citizen of Jamaica, Paul Buchanan, was violated because the process did not go according to law. Amen? Amen. That's what I understand from it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear what the lawyers are saying, man.
Yes, so we're saying that in light of the ruling of the court, we'll be filing on Monday a constitutional motion, because Mr. Buchanan's rights are not yet determined in terms of the issues raised by the court. The court shut him out on the basis that time was against him. So to get around what they're saying, we'll be filing a constitutional motion under section 32 of the charter, which mandates that the election should be free and fair, and those rights are not yet determined. In the event of the constitutional motion being prepared, we'll be asking the court to direct the director of elections to declare the election of Mr. Bolo to be illegal, null and void, and have no effect, and so we will achieve the same thing that we're trying to do by way of judicial review. And this is preparing the way, in my view. If we have to go to the ultimate step, we will go do so. But we think that in light of the concession by Mr. White yesterday, that the breaches that were highlighted by me, and the findings, and even the court today, saying that Mr. Buchanan presented evidence of serious breaches. So in light of those concessions, it is my respectful view that it's a proper case to go under the Constitution to have the election of Mr. Bolo declared null and void.
Let me just add. I hear Council Wildman saying, in his view, that's an important point.
Yes.
The law exists in the gray area between the black and white, that is clear. And that is why there are levels of courts.
That's correct.
That is why when you get a decision, it can be reviewed, and it can be appealed, and you can go higher and higher.
That's correct.
The fact that a court makes a decision that is reviewed later doesn't mean the court was unlawful in their decision, though you may disagree with the decision. I disagree with the decision of this court, though I don't understand it. And what I'm glad about is the fact that the doors of justice, the doors to justice are not shut merely because you disagree with a court's decision.
Yes.
And when we go and sit and review, we may come to the same view, myself and Mr. Wildman, or not. But either way, an attorney can pursue, a litigant can pursue justice further.
Yes.
My understanding of the judgment today, and I didn't even hear all of it, but from what I've heard, and I realize it is following the same trend from the judgment delivered by Justice Wildman, is that though this litigant did everything correct, did nothing wrong, acted within time, going to the constituted authority, there's another route, and that is to go to the election court with a petition. I feel that there should be a challenge to having the constituted authority implemented in the first place. Because by electing to go that route, which was not wrong, the court is now saying that you never do anything wrong, but you have now out of time to go the other route if that route doesn't agree with you. That I feel is a constitution. It's a
conundrum.
Created by unnecessary legislation, because prior to the constituted authority, which there was one route.
That's correct.
Now they create a new law. So you
can
you elect to go with the new law.
And they're saying that you should have gone somewhere.
No, and now they're saying they want to send you somewhere else, but time run out to send you somewhere else. They're is something wrong with that. And so I find the existence of the two legislations to be in conflict. The effect of it is now to
shut you out from justice.
From justice. And so the Constitution, I feel,
is the supreme law.
Is the right route to explore. And so we can explore where that will take us.
Yes.
Jamaica, this is deep, you know. So there's two laws overlapping from what I'm understanding here. And if Mr. Buchanan had chosen a different route and not gone to the constituted authority and went straight to file a petition to the election court, he would have been the MP today, because the affidavits, the breaches of the Roper Act was so egregious. But guess what? This is wonderful, you know, because now it's a teachable moment. Moving forward where elections are concerned, if other candidates are paying attention, they're not going to make the same mistake. Let's continue. Very, very, very interesting.
I just want to thank both couples, in particular Council Wild, who has been with me throughout this argument. It doesn't end here. The entire Jamaica must wonder about the fate of Roper, which is a representation of the people, which governs free and fair election. If a court has agreed that there are egregious breaches, and so fine, but come to the conclusion that the substantive matters cannot be addressed because of time, what is there for the litigant? What remains of the law? I think the sanctity of Roper must be protected. I will pursue this matter, this issue, this challenge to the end. Even if it means that we have to go to the Privy Council.
That's correct.
People must be held to account in this country. If this fails, what will happen in future elections? This concerns all candidates now and in the future.
And all electors.
Jamaica, the point that Mr. Buchanan just made a while ago is a fundamental point, you know. Florence, how you doing? Good afternoon. I see you. Blessings to you. Dwayne, big up yourself. Unforgettable Chew, Andrea. See Jamwagwan. The point you just made is a fundamental point, because on one end, the court is admitting that there were serious breaches of the Roper, right? Serious breaches of Roper, Representation of People's Act. And with those serious breaches, they're saying, well, the law of Roper cannot be upheld because time has passed. It's like, you know how them put what's the terminology in law when they put a time limit on when bad people in there. You know, when they put a time limit on when they can report if somebody grape you. Just as an example, if somebody grape you, is it the statute of limitations? Yes. Is there a statute of limitations on Roper? And is the statute of limitations 14 days? That is the question, you know. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Hammer. And calligraphy. I caught it before you guys typed still, but thank you so much for responding. The statute of limitations, ladies and gentlemen. Is there a statute of limitations on Roper? And if that is the case, how can that be? How could the judge say that the right to free and fair elections expired in 14 days? This is why we are going to take it to the Constitutional Court, because the Constitutional Court, the Constitution is the highest law of the land. It trumps everything else. the Constitution must maintain and protect Mr. Paul Buchanan's constitutional right to free and fair elections. I believe the court, I believe this gray area, I believe that they escaped in this gray area. I am not accusing the judge of anything, but no, but look at it, Charlie. Think about it, man. That's what I am understanding, that there's a statutory limitation on ROPA, and it's 14 days. So if you can prove that there was actual breaches, only nobody cost the judge. Me not cost the judge. Listen, God is in control, ladies and gentlemen. All that has happened, here's a master plan. But we're just thinking about the law itself and how the thing proceeded based off what the lawyers are saying. And I'm saying, what I am hearing is that there is a statutory limitation on ROPA. It only lasts 14 days after the election. So if 1 year after, right, you get evidence that the elections were stolen and it wasn't free and fair, you must just swallow it. I think something is fundamentally wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. There should be no statutory limitation on ROPA or any constitutional rights that has been violated, especially when it comes to free and fair elections. So no, Mr. Buchanan did not win the case. The ECJ won the case because the court upheld the ECJ rule that he filed too late, which that is not true because he filed 9 days and it was 14 days. But then the constituted authority was the one that, with their delayed ruling, caused this situation to be where it's at. But the court decides that they don't want none of it. They're going to play safe and say, then give Mr. Paul Buchanan a winning by admitting on record that these breaches that he has brought in front of the court are factual breaches based off them perusing the evidence, and also that they are really egregious breaches. Joseph, I know you're angry, but don't let anger succumb here. Trust me. Watch God work. Let's continue.
Yeah, and it's important because when you have a concession, even today, the court conceded that Mr. Buchanan presented serious breaches of the Representation of People's Act or the constituted author. They started by saying that there are serious breaches. So if that is what this case is all about, where there are serious breaches that were presented that should have been acted on by the constituted author, and they did not. So you deprive the man of his rights. And what it also means is that with this concession by the state that there were these serious breaches, it means that you have an elected person, in inverted comma, sitting in parliament who is not properly elected. That's the effect of the situation.
And let me just add, for the benefit of the people, some practicality. If you are saying mass men invade police station, polling station in 2026, 2025, and that is not in dispute,
never challenge.
Never challenge. Not even people on the other side believe that it didn't happen. If you are saying there is an agreed route with the returning officer between both candidates, and there's a variation of that route on election night.
Without your agent.
Without no agent.
Which lost and must be done.
Which must should have been done and wasn't done. These are serious breaches.
Yes.
In fact, one of the issues that the council doesn't like me to go there, but because of the fear that's setting, a lot of the things that happen would have been allowed in an election court which have been denied.
Yes.
You have before the entire Jamaica. I am leading in 87 out of 105 boxes. And the internet went.
Yes.
Where is the culpability?
Yes.
What is behind all of that? The lights went. This is when they were taking my boxes from my stronghold into Tower Hill, which you don't even go there on Christmas Day, much less on an election night. What was the police doing, taking my boxes, going west when the counting station is east? What is the motive? None of these things have been addressed. They have not been challenged. They have not been addressed.
And that will be addressed for the election.
Jamaica, when you hear that, the police went with his boxes west, in the western direction, in an area that is JLP pretty much, instead of the direction of the box them supposed to go. But in court, none of those things were addressed enough. It is certified that those things did actually occur, but it wasn't dealt with in court. Them can't deal with it in a one patch agree, because those breaches automatically Anjonas would lose his seat, or there would have to be a rerun. Can you imagine police come take up the box them? The box them, what you call it? You put your vote in it. And there was no PNP or JLP candidate. Is this person saying that Paul Buchannon is lying? Is that what this person is saying? The ballot box, thank you so much. Thank you, Stu. The ballot boxes were taken. This is not me. This is not allegation. This is in the affidavits. Alright? And this is what Ocean White doesn't want to share. Them giving you the fluff. It was admitted in court twice. Yesterday, yeah man, you are one of them man. Black. Yesterday and today. Yesterday and today, the court admitted that all the breaches were factual breaches. The same man we're not talking about right now, where the police don't come and take up a ballot box. Because the next police did it then. And I asked the police, them, I won't know there, so. What are you doing here? You're not authorized to be here. So none of those issues have been addressed. The argument that I come with is that you filed too late. It's too late. It's too late for justice. That's what we're hearing from the court. It's too late for justice. It's too late for people's constitutional rights to be upheld. It's too late for democracy. It's too late. But then I can't attack the judges because the law overlaps and causes confusion where a gray area is concerned. So this has to be fixed, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be fixed. It cannot continue in this manner. You understand?
And that would have been addressed because we can adduce new evidence.
Without a remedy.
Some breaches are there which Roper allowed for, not addressed. The fight continues.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the time to make the remedy.
Time.
There's a breach, but because of time, there can be no remedy.
And I don't agree with that because we say that where there's a nullity, time does not run against a nullity.
Yeah.
All right.
Not
I need to hear that last part again that the council said about the time, because that's important. By the time I done, people are going to say, I can't turn liar at the backside. No, sir. You never know. Me know so that come there will come. Somebody going to say, boy, you know, it could be a lawyer. That takes a lot of reading, and I just have a little bit of sense, you know.
Yeah, so we're saying that in life,
Adduce new evidence.
Breach without a remedy.
Some breaches are there, which Roper allowed for, not addressed. The fight continues.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the time prevent the remedy.
yeah,
Fight.
time, yeah, yeah.
There's a
As Thompson
breach,
said.
but
Yeah.
because of time,
Time.
there can be no remedy.
And I don't agree with that because we say that where there's a nullity, time does not run against a nullity. Time.
There can be no remedy.
And I don't agree with that because we say that where there's a nullity, time does not run against a nullity.
Where there's a nullity, time does not work against a nullity. So what he's saying is that the election is null and void because of the breaches, and it doesn't matter if it's 20 years. Not so much, but I'm just exaggerating on the 20 years. It doesn't matter how much time. A nullity is a nullity. So the time argument that they ruled on, he doesn't agree with. And the Constitution appears as if it doesn't agree with it as well, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody spin Buchannon like a fool. And just calm down with the curse words them in our chat, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it clean here. Yeah, man, keep it clean in our chat. Don't make it devil consume you. Keep it clean. Like the video and share the video with at least 10 people for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.